Silence. Silence is very interesting. Even though it's the lack of words, the lack of noise, whatever, even though it might seem like nothing, it could be a lot. There are many ways that silence can express emotion. Now, for example, for this video, when I started off silently, you guys were probably like, what's this guy doing? Why is he not talking? He usually talks. Why didn't he say subscribe? It made you feel, like it gave a mysterious vibe. Silence can do that. But there are also some cases where silence is good. And here are ways that I think silence is good. So here are some cases. One, you're talking to a girl you like. And there ends up being a situation where you end up being the one that you are usually the one to message first. Like if you find yourself messaging first and they're not messaging first at all, step away. Give a couple days, let them be the one to message first. You're using silence to communicate, saying, hey, I'm not going to put all the work in this relationship if there's going to be one. You got to step up. If you want me, you can get me. You just got to step up. I'm not going to be the one to always chase. I'm not going to be the chaser all the time. Silence. Silence is key. It expressed emotion. It showed, hey, I'm not going to be the one to always chase. It gave that vibe off. Silence. Another way is, if there are people against you or where you're against people or whatever, if there are some misunderstandings, the best thing that you could do, and there are cases where you do actually need to speak up. There are cases, do not get me wrong, there are cases where you do need to speak up. There are cases, but overall, the best thing to do is silence. If, for example, if you're trying to heal your friendship, that's something you could do. Try talking it out. If there's no point in healing the friendship, if there's no point, just silence. Just leave them alone. Don't argue with them. Silence is the best. Go your separate ways. Go your separate ways. Yeah, if you have a disagreement, go your separate ways. Silence is, the thing that helps. And over time, if you just don't talk to anybody who's against you or anybody you're against, eventually the anger is going to fade away. Anger fades away with time. I remember there were multiple days of school in middle school or high school or elementary school where I got really pissed at the beginning of the day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go home and tell my mother. Well, these are mostly the elementary school days, and then over time it faded away, and then I didn't really feel that mad about it by the end of the day, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna feel this mad about it by the end of the day. Anyways, if you just don't talk to people who are against you, leave them alone. That's literally the best thing to do. If you know that there is just no, just fixing a friendship, and if you believe that it should be left behind, no talking, and over time, each party will not be as pissed at each other, not nearly as pissed, and who knows, you might be able to actually reattempt to heal the friendship, or maybe look past your differences. And no, I am not saying this for all cases. There are some cases of where, it's exceptional, and it's just yeah, it's exceptional, basically. But for a lot of cases, you could try and try to reattempt to heal the friendship, Silence is a very interesting thing because, when it's silent, you get a lot of time. The only thing you're hearing is just your ears ring, and just nothing else. You hear your own thoughts. That's the only thing you hear. Your own thoughts. You just get time to think as well. Everyone needs a little bit of silence sometimes, you know. Even me, you know, I love talking to people, but still, silence is needed sometimes. You know, sometimes you need a quick, like, 5 minutes to just sit and just think. Sometimes I like to sit and think, where have all these years gone? I'm almost 18. I'm almost done with high school. What's going on? Exactly. Silence is something everyone needs in their life. At least a little bit. To reflect on things, whatever. Sometimes I'm listening to music, and then this is just me with my ADHD brain. It might be for other people's brains who don't have ADHD, but I know for a fact that it's for my brain. Sometimes I'm listening to a song or something, and then like I need to stop and think about something, so I literally just pause the song, sometimes for like 5 to 10 minutes, just to get that silence so that I can sit and think about what I need to think about. To think over like an issue, a problem, whatever, to think over a scenario. Silence, even though, like I said earlier, this video does not seem like a lot, it can be a lot. It can convey a lot of emotion. For example, sometimes, the emotions are too intense that like you don't even know what to say for it, or you don't even want to say anything for it because it's not appropriate for you to say anything. Or like, for example, someone says something that gets you pissed, and then you just say nothing back. Goes to show, what could they be thinking and feeling? Makes you come off as mysterious. It could be like, are they pissed? Are they not? Who knows? It also helps you come off as mature as well. If someone's arguing with you, and then like, you already make your all your like fair points and stuff, and then if the argument turns into just bull crap, that's just a waste of time, just ignore them. Silence is key. Now, there are some cases where silence is just ridiculous. Like, I'm not saying, if you're having a fair argument with someone and then you stop talking right when the conversation goes not the way you want it to go. Sometimes silence can actually make you look like a fool. So you need to be careful and make sure that, you only use silence at the appropriate times. It's like a tool. It's like a thing that you can use that to your advantage, Like, silence really can make you seem mysterious, like it's made me seem mysterious at the beginning of this damn video. Silence can do a lot for you. It really can. Use that to your advantage. Don't screw yourself over with silence, but use that to your advantage. For example, if someone says, if you're in a fight with your girlfriend, do you really think that way about me? Silence? No, not a good way to, if you really are like, okay, I didn't give enough context. Let's say you get in an argument with your girlfriend. Oh, you really hate, you really just don't like me and stuff. You really feel that way about me. Silence because you don't really want to deal with it? No. Then you're going to come off as like, what? He really feels that way about me? No, baby, I love you. What the hell am I doing right now? What the hell was that example? That nice feeling whenever it gets silent, that when you stop talking, you stop hearing people talk. For example, in the basement here, there's like random things going on, like water heater or air vent system or whatever the hell. And whenever it goes silent, I just start to hear that in the background, and I'm just like, it feels empowering. Like, you get a nice moment to just sit and think, like, what's going on? What am I doing with this life? Should I go for this girl? What has happened to my friendship? What should I do? Look at the incredible things I've done in my life. This is great. Whatever. Silence really can make you feel good. It gives you that feeling that nothing else can. Just the feeling of just like emptiness. Of just like, you just pause for a second. Reflect. Either for the good or for the worse. kind of like, you know, like right after an enemy gets defeated, it just goes silent. You know, silent, not silence. Yeah,